Hey everyone, it's Michele Caruana from the Marketing Junkie podcast. And this video is a little bit different than the ones I usually put out on my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm just going to be sharing a clip from my latest podcast interview. This podcast interview is with Kim Charleston. She owns a freelance writing business, and this is more of a coaching call style podcast interview. So I give Kim all of my tips on how to create your first digital course, how to get started with digital products, how to market it, how to grow your audience, all that good stuff. Because I get asked so often about my experience with course creation and digital products. And I think this industry is only going to continue to boom and expand in 2022 and beyond. So if you're just thinking about starting to create courses or digital products or adding a new component to an existing business, this is for you. And for the full conversation, it's over an hour long. Go to my podcast. It is linked in the description of this video. But here, I just wanted to give you a little taste of our conversation. And I hope you join me over on the Marketing Junkie podcast for the full episode. Now, another example that you didn't really touch on that is a great idea for a first course that's not a starter course. And this is really appealing, I think, specifically to people like you who have a lot of expertise in a lot of different areas, would be a spotlight course. And again, that's not my term. I stole it from Amy Porterfield, but basically it's diving deep on one specific topic. So for example, for Facebook ads, for example, I could create a spotlight course that is just not everything you need to know about Facebook ads to be an expert, because that would be a signature course, but it could be everything you need to know about Facebook ad targeting or writing amazing Facebook ad copy. But I would go through the A to Z. I would go through everything you need to know, every single targeting option, every single strategy, things like that. So it would be really diving deep on one specific topic. So if I were to create a signature course on Facebook ads, one module might be targeting. So realistically, a spotlight course is a great way to kind of segue eventually into a signature course. So you're taking one topic, diving deep, and then to create a signature course, you could just create several spotlight courses. And then kind of obviously you want to make sure they flow together and that there's some sort of framework for people to navigate through, like I kind of alluded to at the beginning. But I love spotlight courses because, again, they can easily segue into signature courses. So what I could have done to make it a little bit easier on myself when I was creating Play Cafe Academy was I could have created one spotlight course about designing a play area or about creating a business plan or something like that. And actually, I really did sort of create a spotlight course, but I did it after the fact. And I sell it as a lower price digital product. So I mentioned that there are really 3 to 4 different types of digital courses. So something else that Amy Porterfield doesn't really mention a lot, but it's something that I have found a lot of success with, is kind of like a lower priced offer, almost like an introductory offer. So it's similar to a spotlight course, but instead of being a couple $100s, my low priced offer is $27. So it's a business plan toolkit. It basically takes one module from my Play Cafe Academy course, but it's way underpriced, and that's with intention. So my goal with this lower price $27 offer, which is where a lot of people start, and it's where I think it would be a great idea for you to start, is I provide a business plan template and I provide just a quick 70-minute training. So it's not 20 lessons, it's not hours and hours of content. It's a template for somebody to create a business plan, and then it's a 1 hour and 10-minute training. And I sell that for $27. And do I think it is worth a lot more than that? Yes. Do people think it's worth a lot more than that after they go through it? Yes. And that's the goal, right? Because when you start getting results for people, when the hardest dollar to get from people, right, is always the first one. So I like to get people into this $27 offer, this low priced offer, and absolutely blow them away. And not only do I want to get them quick results, I want to get them that quick win. I want to blow them away with the ease at which I present the information. I want them to be able to download that template and say, wow, this is so organized. This is so well put together. This is so well thought out. But I also want them to get used to me and my teaching style. And not everybody likes the way I teach. Not everybody likes the way I give business advice. So this $27 offer is meant to attract the right people into my higher price programs as much as it is to repel people who are not a good fit. So it's kind of like a taste of what being in my ecosystem and in my paid online learning experience is like, because so many people will watch my YouTube videos for years or listen to my podcast for years, but my free content is completely different from my paid content. So in my free content, I blab a lot, I tell stories, I, get off track a lot, but my paid content is a completely different experience. It's concise, it's to the point, it's very well organized, and it's meant to get from A to B as quickly as possible. But not a lot of people see that transition. So that $27 offer is really just a way to get people transition from my free content to my paid content. And I would say probably the last time I checked, which was just a few months ago, I would say over 90% of people that are in my higher price programs have previously purchased my $27 offer. So there's very few people that just jump right into the higher ticket program. So to answer your question, what I generally recommend is starting with either a starter course, but honestly, a starter course can turn into a signature course really easily. Like if you try to just touch surface level on a bunch of different topics, that can get very overwhelming. It can be very daunting. So what I generally recommend is a starter course if you feel like you can do the surface level, or what I would more so recommend is doing a spotlight course, which can eventually segue into a signature course, or start with a mini offer, something like a business plan toolkit. Yes, it's only one piece of the puzzle of opening an indoor playground, but it's a great way to, again, get people to transition from my free to my paid content. And if you've never charged for content before, if you've only charged for one-on-one services, a low priced offer is a great way to not only just get experience in creating digital courses and digital offers, but it's also a great way to start building not just an audience, because Instagram followers are great, email list is great, but if you can build a list of customers, of buyers, that's going to be your super warm, your hot audience when you go to release something else, with the caveat being that you have to deliver, right? You can't just create a low priced offer, under deliver on your promise, or make it really disorganized and really disjointed. Then obviously your list of buyers isn't going to continue wanting to learn from you. But if you can over deliver with that lower priced offer, the people that buy that are going to be very likely to want to continue learning with you. Because something that I've learned in the online space is that once you have like a raving fan, they'll buy everything that you create. So I have probably like 300 or 400 people that every single time I put an offer out, they buy it without thinking, because I've over delivered on so many previous things that they've purchased. And to your previous point, when you were asking, what size audience should be, you can have just a few, even just a few dozen people that just listen to every podcast you put out, or listen to every interview, or reply to every Instagram story you publish. If you can just have a small handful of people that are going to purchase, if you can just get them in your lower priced offer or your starter or spotlight course, whatever it is, get them results, get stories of transformation, even just a couple, even just 2 or 3 stories of transformation that turn into testimonials, that's what's going to help you get momentum. So a lot of people will come to me and say, well, I have this course, or I'm creating this course, but I only have like 20 people but they follow everything I do. I say, that's amazing. Get them in your course, get them results, get them on video, get those testimonials, because social proof and those stories of transformation is what's going to get you momentum. And that's what's going to get people who are not your raving fans, not your most loyal followers. That's going to help them transition more easily into your programs when they don't necessarily have that experience with you. And since you have so much one-on-one experience, you can also ask your past clients, right? You don't need to necessarily have testimonials from your particular course that you're trying to sell. You can also just get more broad testimonials about your expertise or about the results that they've seen from your one-on-one services, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be from your courses, but just having a small group of people that are willing to not only vouch for you, but are going to be the first to pull out their credit card is enough. You don't need to have a huge audience in order to get started. All right, that's all I'm going to give you of this conversation that I had with Kim. It's so amazing and full and jam-packed with information. Kim asked great questions. So again, if you want to listen to our full conversation, head to my podcast linked in the description of this video. Have a great day.